But it's finally come to fruition, and it looks like it's going to be a really fun game to complement this week's big, huge game.
There's only, it's a, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not a very big game. Nobody's heard about it. It's a little teeny tiny game.
There's this little thing,
it's kind of like
it's a space game. They're all space games.
It's like they point somewhere in the
really
galaxy.
Far away.
Yeah, in the galaxy.
They point really far away. Farpoint. Finally came out.
If you couldn't guess what that was from that really bad joking there.
Farpoint came out.
I'm surprised.
Week.
The price I didn't realize was what it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be 60.
Nope.
That's cool. 50's.
50
I think you actually might have said that last week.
But remember what we're talking about here is this is a digital only copy, which means that you're playing with the DS4 at this point.
But
with the AIM bundle, it was 80.
Yeah, but I think the DS4 copy, we're going to play it. And we're going to play both
ways.
Might
even play it at the end of this
episode. Crazy concept.
Yeah.
We haven't played it yet, full disclosure.
Oh,
it literally
so
came out today.
ready.
But I don't, if it can play on a DS4, well, I think this game's going to be fantastic because I think more people, there's people like you that are going to buy the bundle, going to buy the AIM controller for it, but I think the true test is if it can also play on the DS4 and be successful, because if it can, then I think more and more people are going to pick it up because maybe people are more likely to spend 50 than 80.
The only thing I'm nervous about as far as controlling with the DS4, and this is something we're going to explore a little bit later, we decided we want to actually see what it looks like with the DS4, is like with games like Resident Evil, the majority of your aiming came from head tracking. So it came from actually like looking at the thing you want to shoot. I don't know how they handle this in Farpoint. So
I'm guessing since they have the aim, it's not that.
Probably not.
But who knows? There could be setting. Maybe it's. Well, I mean, we'll friggin' find out.
We will find out.
We'll find out.
But yeah, I mean, big, huge news. I was lucky enough to pick it up on pre-order from Amazon, and Amazon had the pre-order going for $63. That was with the AIM controller.
Because they give you the discounts if you're a Prime member.
Exactly. So for me, it was basically like, yeah, it's a $60 game with a little bit of tax on top of there, and I'm getting the game and the AIM controller. And as we know, the AIM controller can also be used in future. And because we have no deals this week, we figured we'd talk a little bit about the AIM controller, as Keegan is modeling for you right there. So it finally came in the mail right before recording. I was really excited about it.
Yeah, we were setting up, and I think we were actually moving the green screen behind us, and the doorbell rang, and Tom's like, oh shit, I gotta go.
I ran up like a child on Christmas. And so this is the AIM controller that Keegan is so skillfully modeling
Let's do an overview of it. Obviously, the tracking ball that we've all seen.
Tracking ball at the top.
Looks the same as there's a hair
move
on it.
It's a little
You got a puppy hair on it.
I got dog hairs everywhere.
You got another puppy. You got a Murray puppy hair. But it's same as the moves. The really interesting thing to me is the joysticks are actually joysticks.
I imagined that was going to be where they were located. When I was trying to picture it, I thought, well, really, they have to have one on each thumb. And I'm glad they did that because that's what I wanted them to do.
Yeah, I kind of wish they were more, because this is Sony made, correct? Sony produced.
Official Sony gear.
I kind of wish they did the joysticks like they did on the new PS4. I don't know how to describe it, but these are a little smoother. Yeah, these are a little smoother than those, so I feel like slipping might be a thing. So you've got, let's get back to buttons. You've got L1, L2 right here on the front.
That's your secondary trigger.
Yes.
Because when they give you two triggers, I'm assuming...
If you're lefty...
As a way... It looks fine.
It would be fine.
I'm assuming as a way to like do maybe grenades or something like that, or maybe switch up the
weapon. This also is used for more than just Farpoint. So this does support Dick Wild, which also comes out this week.
Every time you say that.
It's supported by
Dick Wild.
So you got your L1, L2. You've then got your options and share button. It's going to be hard to see.
They're kind of like buried in there,
they're up here.
The second analog stick.
You got
the L stick, I suppose.
Yeah, the left stick. If that would throw you off if you're lefty. I guess you're
probably used to it if you're a lefty.
I guess. So you got your left stick. You got your D-pad. You've got R1 on this side and on this side. Little tiny rectangle buttons.
I guess that. Well, that's. But now you mention it, if you're left-handed, that's why there's two R. I was looking at this thing, going, "Why is there two R1 buttons?" And now you've just broken that myth for me.
There's also a
QR
code with your serial number. We shouldn't show that one. We're guessing the triggers are R2 because that would make the most sense.
So it doesn't say anywhere, I don't think.
But we're guessing.
I mean, it's a good shot that R2 is going to be your trigger.
And then on top, you've got your PlayStation button, and you've got a mini version of the touchpad, which
is dope.
I don't know if it's actually a touchpad or if it's just it looks like it's just a button.
I think it's just as a button in this because a lot of games like that use it as a map or whatever, so I'm assuming it's more so as that.
And then you've got your triangle, circle, square, all that jimmy jam. I'm going to try and get as close as I can.
The way they've laid
they're weird buttons too. They're not because my concern with these buttons were they're going to be buttons. And when you're in VR and you can't see what's going on, it's how do I differentiate? And you can distinctly tell the difference. I'm holding his controller. I'm trying to make him real jealous right now.
No, I'm going to get to use it later. I'm fine.
But it's very distinct of like where one ends and begins because they have
a little gap.
Yeah, it has a little cutout here. Again, it's going to be hard for you
Let me
to
see if I can hold it closer here. Hold on. I'm gonna stand up. So you can see right there that you got this kind of the stick, and then the buttons are in the circle around it. They're kind of embedded into the rest of the casing. And they're in the right order, so if you're a PlayStation guy, then you know where they're at. And they kind of, I think they're there, I suppose, to make it easier to feel because you can't see. Because you're going to be blind. You're going to have your VR headset on. So you need to be able to just kind of like roughly estimate where things are.
My only initial concern right now from just, obviously we haven't played a game with it yet, is if I'm using the right stick and I hit a button, that's a bit tricky because I got to go off the stick to hit the button.
But also with a shooty game, you don't tend to use that many buttons.
No.
Maybe reload or something.
Well, I'm thinking like if triangle switch weapon, that's easy. You just pop up there.
Yeah.
But that'd be my one concern I think right now without having played it is hitting a button while using the stick.
You were commenting on the trigger when you picked it up.
Yeah,
the
trigger
feels a little stiff.
It reminds me of an Xbox One controller. It doesn't go because the PS4. Those of you, if you're watching this, you probably have a PS4 or you're interested in it or PSVR. The DualShock 4 controller has a very long trigger motion, which is good for like racing games and stuff like that. I guess since this is purely for shooting, it's a shorter one. Like the Xbox One has a short shooting. Or short trigger, which is good for shooting.
It doesn't pull all the way back.
It doesn't.
It pulls like about halfway back to the barrel.
But it gives you quick. I mean, it's
yeah. I mean, my thought process was like in a lot of games, especially like Farpoint, more than likely you're just going to be holding it down anyway, as opposed to singular shots. And if you are doing singular shots with like a sniper rifle or something, then you're at least not having to do it necessarily in a quick motion.
Yeah.
So it's going to like pop and then pop and then pop. So I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. And again, we won't know until we
play with it.
Until we do it. Yeah.
And then last thing is right down here is the charge port. It is a micro USB like it is for
same when
DualShock.
you charge your controllers. With.
Upside to that is you use the same cord. Downside is that you have another thing you got to plug in to charge.
Yeah.
And then there's this little.
I hope it lasts as long as the moves do.
This almost looks like a strap section.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that.
So
one
there's
out.
there's a weird cutout with like a line in the middle where it looks like you flip a strap through, but I don't know. Is that like the move? Like I'm guessing you do move strap.
Potentially.
So that way it doesn't fall.
Yeah, potentially there's something in there for a strap. There's no strap in the box that I saw when I opened it up, but maybe that's something that's incoming. Maybe it's a connection to some other peripheral. Who knows?
It feels solid. If anybody,
heavy.
if you ever held a DualShock 4, like that plastic feel of the DualShock, it is definitely that. It feels very well made. It's got a little bit more weight, like you said, than I thought it would. It's very well balanced, though. That's the thing, because I kind of when you see this ball, which the ball doesn't weigh anything, but I was scared it was going to be front heavy.
Top heavy.
But it's not. I mean, and if you're holding, I mean,
you're mostly holding it with two hands
like
anyway.
That, yeah.
So, yeah.
So it's so far again, kind of like you said.
First impressions.
Can't wait to play it. I'm a fan of it right now.
Yeah.
Like I said, my only concern, and we will talk about it when we're recording the video, but hitting one of these buttons if I have to while doing something else with this.
We'll find out. See how easy it is.
And I wonder if there is a left-hand mode. That would be the only other thing.
There has to be. That's why
that's there.
Yeah.
Well, if the game supports it.
Well, I think that there has to be.
Because then you'd have to make.
I think any game with an aim controller has to, like, by law, support left hand. I don't know if by law might be a bit of a stretch, but I feel like they have to. That's ridiculous if they don't. Because, we love you lefties. I'm not a lefty.
Ooh. Something about the D-pad, though. It's one piece.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
So if you move it, it's instead of being an individual button, it's a whole unit, so the whole thing moves at the same time, which is different than the DualShock 4.
True.
The concern with that, again, if you're using it for shooting, it's not using for accuracy, but getting exact spots, like in the corners, is a little trickier when you have one of those versus if you had a different one. So, but yeah. Overall,
first impressions, though, really impressive. Sony, nice bit of kit. We're really excited to try it out, and you'll get to see us try it out at the end of this video if you stick around.
I'll let you play with it.
There you go.
There's at least two games that came out right now that support it.
We'll just put it down here for now. Hopefully, it doesn't like block anything. And honestly, I'm pretty excited about what happens next because we're gonna play
There's like a really bad
Some
sex
far
toy,
point.
the way you're dealing with it. Like, I can't wait for what happens next.
See, he can't help himself. Anyway, Farpoint
Just lube it up.
coming soon.
Hello, planet Earth. I'm Eva Tyson, one of the 230 scientists and engineers stationed up here on the Pilgrim. Regular viewers of this live feed will notice I am not in my traditional t-shirt and socks. I am in a spacesuit, and that is because today I am going home. And joining me on that homeward flight is one of my colleagues, Dr. Grant Moon.
Hi. It's actually pretty incredible because we've both been aboard the Pilgrim for 3 months. But because there are so many people up here studying the anomaly, this is actually the first time that Dr. Tyson and I have met. So, hello, Dr. Tyson.
Oh, hello, Dr. Moon.
I'm sure it goes without saying, I'm a specialist in a branch that applies the laws of physics and chemistry to analyze the genesis and demise of various nebulae in the universe. Observable objects, atomic particles, all the way up. Pretty much anything on the candela and thermodynamic temperature scales. It includes aspects of astronomy and cosmology as well, but it's actually more complex than that, so...
He's a star expert.
Using that would save a lot of space on my resume.
It really would.
And for those of you who are new to this, our ship is here to analyze a very special wave of radiation. We're all here just for that. Now, the universe is full of solar radiation, but what makes this radiation so special is that it has no discernible source. Masses of energy pouring into the universe from nowhere. So you can see why we're all so fascinated by it.
Limitless energy. Forever. Now, if we look out the window, you should be able to see the shuttle that's coming to pick us up. The Wanderer. Named after the poem.
The Wanderer returns.
And if we link to the pilot's POV camera, you'll get a good view of the entire station, as well as the radiation anomaly behind us.
And if we're lucky, we should just be able to see the Big Dipper off to the side, too.
Here we go.
Wanderer, this is Pilgrim. We're ready for you in the airlock. Please activate your auto-docking sequence.
Roger that, Pilgrim. This is Wanderer. Auto-docking sequence engaged.
Thank you, Wanderer. You're looking good. Wanderer, we're having some difficulty syncing with your docking gear. Your guidance system will take care of your side, but I think we're gonna need a second over here.
Roger that, Pilgrim. Waiting on you.
That's it. Keep it coming.
Wait. The sync is still not working. We're gonna try a manual reboot. Stand by. Still nothing. Command, any different on your end?
This is Command. Now we got the same reading here. No sync.
We need an engineer to go out and fix the docking mechanism.
No, it's not a big deal. Wanderer, we're in our EMU suits. We can just open the airlock manually and boost over to you.
Dr. Tyson, I'd rather do this by the book.
This is by the book. Look, we tether to the Pilgrim, boost over to the shuttle, reattach there, release the first tether. It's a simple walk. If we wait to schedule an engineer, we'll be stranded here another week, and the Wanderer will be stuck waiting out there. Are you married?
That is not a useful question here.
Well, there are people I want to get home to. So, please.
Command, does this sit right with you?
Tethered walk is okay with us, Dr. Moon. Your call.
Good. Wanderer, please maintain your position and prepare for manual boarding. I guess we're taking a walk.
Roger, holding position.
Okay. I'm opening the outer hatch.
Tethers are attached.
Looking good. So your name, it's, seriously Dr. Moon?
Yeah, but for all the playground teasing, look where I am right now. God. Look at it.
60 yards out.
Wait. The hell is that?
Pilgrim, this is Eva. Are you seeing this?
+5. 6 knots.
Oh my god. Pilgrim, do you copy? Do you see this?
We gotta move.
What is it doing?
We gotta move now. Wanderer, open your outer airlock.
Okay, let's move!
Eva, cut your tether. Cut it now. Cut it. Boosters, full power. Wanderer, don't leave us.
Cass, location report, now.
Location unknown. Analyzing atmospheric composition. 23% nitrogen, 2% oxygen, 12% helium. Warning, 63% unknown elements. Use the highlighted stick to move forward.
Pilgrim, this is Wanderer. Come back? I say again, this is Wanderer Actual. Pilgrim, do you copy?
Data beacon found. Transferring files. Error. Visual data corrupted. Commencing audio playback. Altitude 4,000 feet.
Eva! Eva!
I'm here! holographic files. Initiating recovery.
Me.
Assault rifle. The UEP assault rifle is the standard issue rifle for UEP personnel. It provides a high rate of fire and unlimited ammo, but can overheat. Keep an eye on the integrated heat gauge.
Dr. Moon, Dr. Tyson, this is Wanderer. Do you copy?
To assist holographic file recovery, please locate and scan all fragments. Press the highlighted button to scan the area. Press the highlighted button to scan the area.
Eva! Eva! You okay?
Was I dead?
Brought you back.
What the hell you do that for?
Come on.
They're alive. Dr. Moon, Dr. Tyson, if you can hear this, stay where you are. I'll find you. Hello? Is someone there?